What's going on, lads and ladettes? And welcome back to episode 46, the Roman Polak episode.
Yes.
And just as I said that, my mom's in the door saying hello. I haven't seen her all weekend, but Mom, I'm recording a podcast. Okay, thanks. Let me close the door here. Let me close the door.
Yeah, no.
What a start to 46.
What an intro to 46. Honestly, couldn't go any better. Just be more natural than that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Mom, I'm recording a podcast. Leave me alone.
Well, dude, it's like humble beginnings, man. We started in my mom's basement.
Yeah.
Started in my mom's basement after a good PS4 party. That's how we got our start.
Yeah.
I've been asked this question a lot, man, because every time I was telling you before we recorded, I've been up to the loo pretty frequently now, and I've seen a lot of faces that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And one of the main things that gets brought up in conversation is, man, like, good job on the podcast. You guys are really taking off.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
And if you guys want to know how it is, and I'm sure you can attest to that too. But every time I'm up, I get someone mentioning it. And you know how we started? It's a PS4 chat. I was like, hey, let's do this. We bought in. We all bought into the system. No passengers. Yeah. And parents' basement, baby. That's still here.
Humble
still
beginnings.
Here.
Humble
beginnings that haven't necessarily progressed, but in due time.
Yeah. But I like, we've been making the episodes like a different athlete every single time. And as soon as I wrote down episode 46, I was like, Roman Polak. It has to be Roman Polak.
Of course.
I missed that meathead on the back end, honestly.
Dude, he was a scary looking man. Was he Czech? Like just a Czech bear.
Yeah, like Czech or like
Slovakian maybe?
Yeah.
Apparently this guy, I don't know, you know how in the NHL video games they always give you little tidbits on like different players and stuff? Yeah. Like Ray Ferraro's I had 9 hat tricks in my career. Yeah, okay.
yeah. Humble.
But I know, seriously. But Roman Polak, according to the announcers, I don't know if it was Jim Houston and Craig Simpson or Doc Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk, but one of them said Roman Polak would win fitness testing every year because he's just a Slovakian bear. Apparently this guy was a horse.
What? Really?
That's why he like made a big hit, and you're like, that's why he wins fitness testing every year. Like something like that. But
that's hilarious, man. Actually, I'll keep it like kind of under wraps because I want to wait and like get to it like a little later on. We'll see how it develops. But on Friday night we went out. Anger and I went out and we saw a certain professional athlete, and I had to ask him about his coach, Rob Brendamore, and he told us that Brendamore is like the most shredded guy. Like, he's the coach, but he's the most shredded guy on the team. He said like he outlifts like everybody on the team. Like, he's just an animal in the gym.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bro, I've seen this video that the NHL posted on their Instagram a couple days ago. It was like Rod Brendamore in the bubble, like tossing a frisbee around or something. And the guy's like on the soccer field. He's got no tarp, man. He's got no tarp, and he was shredded. Like, it wasn't too long ago. You could probably go back and find it. But then it was like Jordan Martinuck or whatever. It was just like, oh, like, yeah, you know what? I got to stay on the other side of the field. I can't embarrass myself.
Yeah, don't want to stand next to him. Honestly, that's like when we were at the cottage last weekend, Ang was trying to take like pictures with me, and this guy's no tarp. And I'm looking at the pictures after. I'm like, man, I'm never taking a picture beside you with no shirt on ever again. Like, yeah,
you just can't do it.
Like, I'm not in bad shape by any means, but like when I stand next to him, I'm like, what the hell? Like, I just look like shit.
I was such a milk bag, and then this guy's just like walking around and just an athlete.
Yeah, like his abs have abs.
I gotta start wearing a swim shirt when I like go to the little.
Yeah, literally. Pool. Yeah, it sucks, but whatever.
Dude, it happens. It happens. I feel like now that I have nothing to worry about physically. Obviously, I'm gonna take care of my body, and like it's kind of like all you got. But at the end of the day, who am I trying to impress? Like, I'm not playing any competitive sports anytime soon.
Right.
So I mean, my cardio is definitely not what it used to be. I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah. So
but it doesn't really need to be. As long as I can like keep my breath walking up a flight of stairs, I'm happy.
Yeah. I with like playing hockey at school. I don't know if you've been doing that at all when you were out there.
Dude, I haven't touched the ice in the 3 years since I quit.
Really?
I haven't even stepped on the ice once.
Oh my God.
Actually, you know what? That's a lie. The lug event that we were invited to was my first and only time on the ice since I've hung them up.
Okay, well, like going back on the ice after is the first time you do it, the next day you will be in so much pain. Like you work
it's always the
muscles,
second day.
you work muscles you never even thought you had. And it's like you could work out every single day. You could go for a run every single day. And then you go on the ice for the first time in a while and you come off after and you're like, you're experiencing pain you've never felt before. Like you can't even move. You feel like a piece of cardboard.
Yeah, I get that. There's I get that. That like I just don't understand how you don't really appreciate it while you're playing. You don't really understand like what it's taking, and then you get back on. You're like, holy crap! Like, it takes me a while to get my balance on the skates. I'm like, oh, like wobbly. I'm like, oh shit, these things rock a little bit forward and backwards, eh?
That's what I'm scared to like. I'm scared to play again for the first time after, because the last time I played was when we got like knocked out of the playoffs or whatever for Lug, and then that was the end of our like Lug season. And then in the past couple summers, I've played summer hockey every summer, so I would have like a month and a half basically of not playing hockey, and then I would come back, play throughout the summer, and we'd probably be finishing this weekend. Like I feel like tomorrow would be whatever our championship is, or like playoff. And
that's sad.
We'd still be playing till now, but I haven't touched the ice since March, like early March. So
dude, let me tell you,
the next time I go on the ice, like it's gonna be easy hours. I need to get some ice time, man. Just work on my game.
maybe we should like rent some ice, just you and I, get some drills in. Yeah. Strictly development, not even for enjoyment. We'll just bag skate ourselves. Yeah. Just do some drills.
Just get better.
This kid. Yeah, man. I saw this thing of getting better. I was walking down my street the other day, and I walked by my little local public school, William Bursey. Shout out. Yeah. Spent grade 6 to 8 there.
Yeah.
And I walked by, and in the parking lot, there's this kid wearing buckets and gloves with a stick, and his dad is standing over him, crossed arms. He's in the parking lot. This guy's just standing on the curb with his arms crossed, looking at his son. He's like, got a whistle and a little stopwatch, and this kid's zipping around on his rollerblades, doing like forwards and backwards, like crossovers, and I'm like, man, like, come on. My dad would never do that with me. Like, everything I did is on my own.
I love that.
Sick.
Last summer, Anger and I went to the park near his house, and we were just messing around with like anything. We brought golf clubs, baseballs, like baseball bats, gloves, lacrosse sticks, and we literally spent hours in the field just throwing things around, chipping golf balls.
Just multi-sport athletes.
Yeah, like literally just messing around. And we couldn't go on the baseball diamond though, and it wasn't even rented. Like basically what happened was there was a dad standing right on the other side of the cage, right behind home plate, like arms crossed, standing there staring, and his kid is on the other side, and there was like some coach, I guess, that they had hired throwing balls to the kid, and the dad is just standing there, and it's just the three of them. But we couldn't go on the diamond because these three guys were like, the kid was getting better because of the trainer out there throwing balls to him.
Oh my God, sports dads are something else, man. Yeah, sports dads are something else.
Hilarious.
Dude, one of the fonder memories I have of like this one sports dad in particular, like I was playing for the Markham Majors in like I think it was my Pee-wee year of hockey.
Right.
And we were playing at the Vaughan Iceplex, the double dumps. You know the one.
Yeah.
An absolute barn. It's just an absolute barn. Like it sucks. So you go in there, and we were like waiting for the flood was going on or something, and the Zamboni broke down and took a massive chunk out of the ice. Like,
I think that my team might have been practicing there at the same time.
Yeah, probably.
Or it was just an occurrence that it was like a regular. Every team plays. Because like I remember that happening. So like, I think it happened multiple times there, where like the Zamboni took a chunk out of the ice at the ice place.
And it was big, man. It was like an actual like crevice, or like it was like a crater in the ice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, our team was like, hey, like, how the hell are we going to practice with this? Like, this, you can't do that. Like, it's just like a hazard. And we were kind of just like talking amongst ourselves on the bench, like just waiting to get on the ice while these guys are like trying to fill it with water and like pat it down with puck. It's like, no, man, like the puck just falls right into the hole. Like, you're not doing anything. And then we were like complaining about it a little bit. And out of the blue, this random guy in the stands is like, you know what? You guys are spoiled. Like the kids in Alberta would love this ice, and they'd do anything to be out here practicing. And we're like, he just starts going off on a tangent about how the Alberta kids would just do anything to get better.
Why the kids in Alberta?
Yeah. And for some reason, apparently all the kids in Alberta are absolute workhorses and just don't give a fuck what they're skating on.
Yeah,
and
they're literally.
Yeah, he just makes us seem like he's just like, yeah, you guys are a bunch of basically calls us pussies. It's like, yeah, you guys are spoiled rotten, all you Southern Ontario players. Like, one, who are you? Nobody's dad on the team. Like, just a random
dad.
Like, random dad of some other. I'm assuming he had a kid there. Maybe not. Maybe he just came to the rink to roast some 12-year-olds. I don't know. But this random guy is basically saying we're baby shit. We're soft as baby shit. And the kids from Alberta have it all figured out. And then he goes as far as to say that's why Alberta has the most guys in the NHL out of any Canadian province. What? I don't think that's true, man.
I don't think that is either. Get a fact check, guy.
Yeah, dude. I need a fact check on that guy. But, yeah, man, crazy sports stats.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, listen to this. One time I was playing for the Titans, and I can't remember what our arena was. Chesswood, maybe? Was that the arena?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Chesswood was the Titans arena.
So we were Pee-wee, so I don't know, was like 13? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, 12, 13, I think.
Novice kids are playing before us. Novice. So these guys are like 8 years old or whatever. Like they're like 9, 10, like, like really young. And we're sitting in the hallway, like doing our warm up, getting ready for the game. And there's a big commotion that goes on. We get told we have to go wait in the room. So we go sit in the room and we hear like yelling out in the hallway and stuff. Well, what had happened was there was a parent fight between two dads from the different teams of the novice game. The cops had to get called and take each of the dads and lock them in dressing rooms in the hallway. And we weren't allowed to go like out in the hallway until the dads were locked in the dressing rooms.
No way.
Yeah. So like our game got delayed because the game before us had to get paused while the cops came and like escorted these guys out and like locked them in the dressing rooms and all this shit. But yeah.
Oh my God.
Like crazy, man.
Imagine being a dad. Imagine like coming home with your son after that game and like your wife is, I don't know, maybe at home like hey honey, how was I didn't go to the game. Like, hey honey, how was the game today? Well, dad punched another dad in the face. Like, come on.
Dad punched another dad, got locked in the dressing room, got put in hockey jail.
for my novice single A game.
Yeah. Crazy. Love it.
Speaking of police, I saw the most wild thing this weekend. So I was in Waterloo and I went to the patio. It was shout out O team at Laurier, but it was three of their birthdays. Three of them share the same birthday. So we had a little 2000s themed party.
What are the odds?
On the Saturday. I know, man. It's crazy day. We had like a 2000s themed party.
What is 2000s themed? What is it?
Dude, I don't know. Like these girls were wearing like hot pink and stuff with like little clips in their hair. Just looking, I don't know, like early 2000s style, I guess.
Okay.
But I didn't know what it was, so I went to Value Village. I got like the baggiest pair of Jordan shorts you could ever see. And they went down to like my
that's what I would think is like 2000.
Yeah. I thought like I got like a baby blue Jordan shorts down to my ankles. I had an double XL black T-shirt. This is Algonquin Park 2002
nice.
That I found there. I'm like, it says 2000s on it.
Yeah.
Then I got a pair of just like little tiny speedy shades, and I had a little like one of those like puka shell necklaces. I did.
Nice.
I'm like, all right, this seems 2000 enough. Super easy. I'm like, fuck yeah. And then we go to the patio after that. Looking like an
Did you wear it to the patio?
No, I had to change.
Okay.
My balls weren't big enough to do that. But we go to the patio. We're sitting there having a good time. And next thing you know, I hear, like just a big commotion. So my head turns around, spin around, and this girl just gets clocked by another girl. So we were at one bar, and across the street there's another bar there.
Right.
Patio. This girl gets decked. Then these cops pull up. I guess they were like in the area that drove by as this was happening. So they stopped immediately.
That's convenient.
And we're trying to it was really convenient. And they like restrained one of the women. I just hear screaming and yelling from the other side of the road. And then we're like kind of looking around, and there's like this table of like elderly people. I don't know, probably in their like late 50s, just enjoying like a patio beer. And we were talking to them, joking around a bit, like, oh my God, dinner and a show? Like, nice. And then next thing I know, like as we were kind of like losing focus, I look over, and the girl gets on her horse and starts sprinting away. And she just runs away from the cops and bolts around the corner. I see the cops, like Tom Cruise, high hands, running full speed after her, ripping around the corner, and they're gone. They both cops are chasing this one woman down the street. Next thing I know are sirens. Another cop car, the second squad car, comes pulling in, rips down the street that the girl ran. And everyone's like, what the hell did we just witness? Like, other girls like crying on the floor like in the front of the patio. This girl just had bolted. I don't know what happened, but the ambulance pulled up shortly after that, and then we left. But, oh, my God. If anyone has the update on that Waterloo situation,
Yeah.
Let us know.
Let us know. I want to know how this thing turned
Let
out.
us know. Yeah, if you know anybody involved in that or know any further details, I'd love to hear that.
That's kind of funny that you say that though, because I had like an interesting. Well, I didn't like personally have like a run-in with them or anything, but I had like an interesting weekend with cops as well on Saturday. Okay, so first of all, I live in like this really like new, like, I don't know, like nicer area of Aurora, I guess. Not that Aurora, like there's bad areas of Aurora, but like, I don't know, it's just like new and like all like, it seems like the kind of thing you'd see in like a little like happy movie, like a little happy small town.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about? Like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so
a little happy subdivision for
yeah,
sure.
so this is like the kind of area that I live in. And there's a park like 3 minutes from my house. Supposedly on Tuesday there's like a stabbing there. So like
That's good.
like, yeah, nice, sick. What the hell's up with that? Then so yesterday, last night, like I go on a date and we're sitting at dinner and I get a text from my mom. And my mom, all it says is FYI, and there's like an image attached. So I click on the image and it's a tweet from the York Region Police saying that there's some guy walking around Aurora with a rifle.
So, what's going on? What's in the water in Aurora
okay,
these days?
What is happening in Aurora? So I get this text. I like tell her, I'm like, okay, like I don't know what's going on, but look at this, like whatever. So we're both like kind of head on a swivel. It was like a little farther away from where we were, so it wasn't overly concerned. But you know, like still,
man, the guy walking around. Yeah, you got to be concerned.
Someone just cruising around my city.
Not in my backyard.
Yeah.
Not in my backyard. Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and we had to go be inside because it had just rained, and it was like we thought it might rain again, so we couldn't go on the patio. We're sitting at the table, and probably like 2 tables over from us, there was a group of like late 20s, maybe like early 30s people, and it's like couple guys, couple girls sitting at this one table, and then at a table like across the dining area, similar group sitting there, right? Well, one of the girls at the one table like gets up and just starts like yelling at the people at the other table. So there's this big commotion. And then it kind of just dies down, like nothing happens. And then we were sitting like right at the window near the patio, like near at the front. And the girl I'm with is like, are you seeing this? And we like both look out, and the 2 groups were like talking back and forth outside, like going back and forth. And then they move over to like the side. Just the guys did though. The girls were like still standing there. So we're pretty sure they just like went over to the side and like scrapped it out. And they were these sketchy looking dudes, like literally wearing your Jordan baggy ass shorts.
Yeah.
Like one of the guys had like cargo shorts that were touching the top of his like mid calf socks. Like it was one of those, all wearing like beat up Jordans and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, the groups kind of just disperse. We don't see them anymore. And there's cops just circling the parking lot. Like, what is going on in Aurora right now?
Aurora is just like, in shambles these days.
Get it together, guys. Can we please get it
together? Might have to write a letter to your local member of parliament or something.
I know. We're gonna have to get the Zohan on Neighborhood Watch.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Damn, that's insane. I can't say I've seen like too many scraps in Unionville. I mean, there's always a Unionville festival, which you're good for about 1 or 2 every year, I think.
Right.
Or like a gun scare. There's always gun scares at your U-Fest for some reason. So it's always the out-of-towners, man. Nothing like it's always like never people from Unionville causing the issue. I think it's like people who like come in from like, man, like if you want to come to Unionville from like Mississauga for U-Fest,
yeah, that's like the
give your head a shake, man.
Yeah, that's like the stabbing that happened near us. Supposedly, these like guys from Mississauga or some shit came in here. Like, what are you doing in our park? Like, it's a nice little park. It's brand new. It's like a year and a half old. It's like, stay out of the park, man. Get out of my park.
Hey, they worked hard at that, okay?
Like, I'm just trying to hoop.
Yeah.
You're stabbing, man.
Yeah, bro. That's the craziest thing you'll see in Markham is you'll walk down the street. There's a woman recently who's been jogging around the neighborhood wearing bunny ears. That's something.
What?
Yeah, that's something. And then yesterday I was like, you know how people have those like walking like the cross country poles, the walking sticks. So I've seen a couple of those, but one man decided to up it, and he's got a walking staff that he like carries around with him and spins it like some sort of like master.
What?
Yeah, dude, he like walks around with this big wooden pole and he spins it around, and it's like a less cool version of Jedi guy in Waterloo that I was mentioning earlier. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
And speaking of Jedi guy, I saw him again last night up to his old
How's he
antics.
doing?
And dude, I didn't stop to talk, but he looked pretty.
Looks like he's good.
He's in form. He's in mid-season form already.
Mid-season form. That's good. There's a guy that we've seen walking around my neighborhood, and it's like really funny because he's always walking with his family. Like he's never just like out on his own doing this. We see him.
What a family man.
We see him wearing a weighted vest and ankle weights on his wrists. Just walking with his family. And he's like not like a big guy. Like he's pretty.
Oh, he's trying to work on it.
Like
obviously.
he's just like. But I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're not like wearing this because you're like out for a walk and you're like, oh, I need to make it harder on myself. Like, I need to like lose weight. Like, he's like, looks like he's in pretty good shape. He's just crushing a weighted vest and ankle weights on his wrists.
Damn, man.
With his family.
Yeah. Just stop, Dad. You're embarrassing me.
Yeah. I would.
Like, I don't know.
If my dad ever walked outside wearing that, I would just like. I don't even know.
I would
bury my head in the ground.
180.
Yeah. So
Bro,
fast.
yeah, dude. Yeah, get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
I couldn't be seen, man. I'm a pretty tolerant guy, but Dad,
that would
don't
not,
do that to me.
Yeah, that would not.
Don't do that to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, we good little tangent there, but I think it might be time we head into our first segment. It's a fan favorite. It
is a fan favorite. It's a probably personal.
I don't know if it's
I
don't know if it's a fan favorite though. I wonder if it's more of a fan favorite because of the content or because of the song. You know, like the song is kind of a banger.
The song is a banger, and everyone I show this segment to, like, I'll catch them like 30 minutes later. They'll be like humming the tune. I'm like, gotcha.
Is
little catchy jingle.
Yeah. Well,
but without further ado,
let's not waste any more time.
Alrighty, folks, we're back for another This or That. You know the rules. You got one choice, and what you pick is what you got to stick with for the rest of your life. So, I mean, it's pretty intense.
Very intense.
All right, Philly, start it off, buddy.
Okay, first one here. Have an elephant-sized horse. So I think this is like as a pet. Have an elephant-sized horse or a horse-sized elephant.
I think I'd go with the horse-sized elephant. I think.
Why? Like, why would you do that?
I feel like it's just more unique. I don't know, man. Like, I just think it'd be cooler to be like, check out my pet elephant.
And it's just like the size of a horse.
It's just the size of just a smaller elephant. I could like hop on it. It'd be slower. I couldn't get, but like I think it'd just be easier to mount and like get on top of. And then I think it'd be more practical. It'd be more practical application for everyday use, I think.
Yeah. So I was thinking about like the practicality of it. That one was definitely more practical. But then I was thinking like, think about how fast horses are, right? And now imagine it's the size of an elephant. Like think about the raw power in that elephant-sized horse.
Yeah, damn.
So I'm going with the elephant-sized horse because like I'd get on that horse and like go to work in the morning and it would take me like 5 minutes. Like, just like, flying down the 404 on my elephant-sized horse.
Oh my god!
Like, this thing would just be galloping. It would be insane.
Imagine taking that thing through a drive-through.
Oh my! You'd have to like put a ladder on the side and like climb down it to like get to the.
You wouldn't. You'd need like a rope ladder. Just throw it down the
just,
side
like,
of it.
Slide down the side like a fire pole, almost like the side of the horse. Yeah,
dude, I think I gotta go the elephant, man. Because then also just having an elephant laying around. I'm thinking get in the backyard, get a little pool filled up with some like liquid. It could like give you showers and stuff.
Oh. Fair enough.
You know what I mean? I've always wanted to be sprayed by an elephant. I think that'd be a pretty cool life experience.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm sticking with the elephant-sized horse. I just think it would be like, too good for like everyday activities.
Yeah, man, that would be pretty awesome. But we're agreeing to disagree.
Yeah, fair enough.
Next question.
Yeah.
Would you always be naked yet never get arrested for it, or always be clothed while everyone else was naked?
Oh man. I think I'm gonna
So
have to go with
basically,
always be naked, never get arrested for it. Like either way, like you said before, like you said when we were like picking, like you're kind of a weirdo. Like either way.
yeah, it's a lose-lose situation for sure. But
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you there and be naked when everyone else is clothed. That way, you could just be like, yeah, man, like I'm a nudist, or like there's
Yeah.
excuses
I
for
just rock
being
with it.
like, yeah, I just rock. I'm just confident in my body, man. Like it's just
Yeah.
a human form.
Yeah.
This is me in all my glory. Deal with it. But if you were the one guy wearing clothes, you're like the little like fat kid with a swim shirt in the pool, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're just like, come
Yes.
on, bro, take it
Like the
off.
guy wearing gloves in the gym.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't.
You know, like, what's this guy's problem? Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
Unless
we're
you're
both wrong.
unless you're beside Aang and you're taking a picture together. But other than that,
Yeah. That's like. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're both going with always be naked.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Incur the wrath of an angry god or the wrath of a vengeful Karen. So before you answer, I think it's so funny that it's like widely known that just like there's like one stereotype for the Karen. Like
Yeah, and it's pretty crazy how it's kind of blown up recently. And now like older generations are starting to hear this, and there's like news reports I've seen online of how people are like, "This is what a Karen is," and they're explaining it to like the older demographic who don't know, just because it's so widely used now.
so I saw a video the other day and it was like a radio show was talking about the term of like Karen and how Karen is applicable. And they had some lady named Karen call in. And basically she was like complaining because she's like, it gives all Karens a bad name. Like not all Karens are like this and all this stuff. But then as the interview progressed, it basically turned into her like just showing how much of a Karen she was. Because she was
Wow.
like complaining about the Karen and like how she wanted to like talk to somebody to like make this change and like was all upset about it and felt like so slighted and all this shit. And it was just like the more it went on, the more she just like proved the stereotype of her own name. So that was hilarious.
Man, I love listening to radio shows. I feel like there's just like those hidden gems. Like you hear some pretty priceless shit on them sometimes.
Yeah.
Like okay, I don't know. The thing is, okay, to answer the question, I got a story to follow up. But to answer the question before we get too far off track, I'd probably like incur the wrath of an angry god, man.
Really?
I think I'd yeah, I'm gonna go with angry god because angry Karen. I just more. It's just more that it's more. I don't want to deal with that.
I'm
just
going with the
more.
Karen because I think the god like who knows what they could do? Who knows what they're capable of? Whereas the Karen would almost be like entertainment. Like I feel like I would be like
it is entertainment, but
it would be like
yeah,
this sucks, but like this is also comedic. Like you gotta chill.
Yeah, man. I see your logic there, but I just wouldn't want to deal with that. I feel like she just, and I just wouldn't want to like have my experience go viral online. I'd rather everyone have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Let's just like get together as a community and like we could rebuild after the attack of we can deal with the god together as one.
Yeah.
The Karen, I don't want to be targeted singly.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Next one here.
All right. The next one here. Oh man. Would you rather make out with Donald Trump for 15 minutes or pull every single one of your body hairs out?
I'm going body hairs, man. Fuck Donald
Bro,
Trump.
do you know how painful? Yeah, okay, fuck Trump, but oh man, every single one of your body hairs that's a lot of pain and a lot of time.
I would
Would you do it? Would you do it like one after the other? Would you do it one after the other, or like
yes. I would just be like 1, 2, 3. Like I would just be plucking like so fast.
I'd probably like, I don't know. I'd probably just like go to a doctor and say, "Put me to sleep."
See, the only thing is, it doesn't specify like does it have to be one at a time. It just says everybody.
I would probably do a chunk. I do a chunk
right?
and just
yeah.
like
So
a
I'd be
Band-Aid.
like wax it. Like let's go. Let's get them all off. Like
yeah,
all at once. Just one giant sheet of wax.
I'll head to a Brazilian, please.
Yes, pretty
much.
much.
I guess that would be easy enough. Yeah, then actually, you know what? If it was by myself, because of your reasoning that they didn't specify that, because of your reasoning, yeah, you just go to the salon, I'm assuming. Yeah. And just be like, hey,
get it all.
Make me hairless.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually pretty easy. I'm going with that too.
How ugly are those hairless cats? Sorry, I just thought about that.
Dude, they're pretty.
Do you rock with them or no?
I kind of like them, bro. I kind of think they're cool.
I don't. I hate it, man. Ugh,
really? I think they're kind of ugly, but dude, I don't know. I
imagine like you're trying to pet it and it's just skin, like
it's just all wrinkly. It kind of just like moves underneath your hand a little bit.
It's like nails on a chalkboard, bro.
Hairless cat. I kind of like the hairless cat, man. I don't know what it is, but
weird.
I kind of fuck with the hairless cat. But anyways,
man.
yeah, I get it a little bit. Shit, man. But yeah, okay. No body hair. Fuck Trump.
Yeah. Only be able to say yes to everything you're asked, or no to everything you're asked.
The first thought is Jim Carrey in Yes Man. One, what a movie that is. But I'm going to say no. I'm just going to say no. I think that's the ultimate power move. You just be the man.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, can you use it? No.
So
no, I'm good.
This one's kind of wild because I think for the most part, we've agreed on a bunch of these. But like, I think I'm going to have to go with no too, because the thing is, like, you could miss out on some opportunities by saying no. Like, you can miss out on some great stuff. But I feel like you could, by saying yes, you'd get roped into more horrible situations.
I agree.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like, hey, man, do you want to rob this bank? Yes. Right? Like,
yeah,
it's like worse to have to do those things that you don't want to do and have to say yes to them than it would be to say no to things you'd be down for.
But would you have to? I'm assuming. Let's just say, for the sake of this argument, you have to follow through and do it. Like, you can't just say yes and then not do it. You can't just say
yeah. So you have to do it.
I'm going to say no. That's a good reason. Also, I just think it'd be super cool. Like, people would be like, hey, like, yo, come out with the boys tonight and, like, drink with us or whatever.
No,
man. It's like, wow, like, I got to respect that guy's, like, self-assurance. Yeah. That guy's comfortable. Yeah, got to respect it. He does what he wants.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, so yeah, no. It's a no for me.
Yeah.
All right.
And we got one more here.
Yeah, last one.
Okay. This one's just outrageous. Would you rather kill one person and get away with it, or directly cause the extinction of a random species?
I'm going with the extinction of a random species.
You don't get to pick what the species is. Like,
whatever.
And you'd be known for it too. You'd be the guy who single-handedly, like, killed off dogs. Zach Phillips, dog murderer.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Wow. No, yeah, still rocking with it. Like, man, wait. If you get away with it, does that mean that people don't know you did it?
Yeah, people don't know you did it. But I'm assuming you'd have to live with that guilt for the rest of your life.
But you're living with the guilt of killing off a species.
That's true.
And everybody knows.
But it's random, dude. It's random though. So you could be a hero for killing off mosquitoes. Like, you don't know.
Do you get to choose who the person is that you killed? What do you think?
Oh, I'm assuming if it's a random species, yeah, let's say you do. Let's say you do get to choose.
Okay, so I'll kill the person then. I think pick somebody and be like, man, this guy's a horrible person. Like, see ya. Like Donald Trump.
Yeah,
see ya. Yeah. Get away with it. Easy money. Whereas, like, random species, like, it literally could be dogs, man. And then I'm like, oh, like, I'm the guy who killed the dogs. And then, like,
no one would want to
live with the guilt. Everybody knows it was me. Like,
You'd be like Steve Bartman or whatever.
You'd literally be Steve Bartman.
Yeah, man.
Even worse extent.
Yeah,
that's never show face ever.
You couldn't.
Whereas
you'd have to go to like witness protection, probably.
Yeah, or like you could just pick like a horrible person in the world. You're like, see ya, like, thanks for coming, but that's the end of your road. And then nobody ever finds out. You get away with it. Like,
no harm, no foul.
Have some guilt, but like, if they're a bad person,
see a therapist. That's what therapists are for, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And they can't tell anybody. Maybe they.
Yeah,
can. I don't know.
I think murder is an exception.
Yeah. Okay. So
I don't know. I gotta do my research into.
But maybe they'd be like, oh yeah, you killed somebody like bad, so this one will let it slide. Like.
Yeah. Quick handshake.
Yeah. Okay. So which one are you going with? Kill a person?
I'm going killing a random person, man.
Not a random person. Not a random person.
Oh, not okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'm going killing a person of my choosing.
Okay.
As opposed to murdering an entire species that could be dogs.
Okay. Yes, I back it. I support that. All right. Well,
dude, that kind of reminds me. Have you seen that? It's like an anime show. It's called Death Note. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's kind of cool. Like, there's this guy who finds like a book. It's like the Death Note, and basically like whoever's name he writes in the book dies. So he's like God essentially, and he starts writing down all these criminals' names, and he's like killing off like the worst criminals in the world.
Nice.
So just kind of reminded me of that. It's a good show, man. Recommend it. But,
Back it. All right, well, it's a good this or that.
Yeah, it's a good this or that. Good this or that. I had a blast.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Always a good time. This or that's are always so much fun. You get into like some of the most random stuff here, honestly. Like,
I'm telling you, man, Reddit would you rather's are just a different beast.
Yeah, it is. It's wild, honestly. It is so wild. I love it. Right.
There are some ones that like I feel like we have to like just not include for the sake of our future
They're just
careers.
so dark.
There's some really, really dark stuff on there.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even know like obviously you've probably heard of the dark web. I'm assuming Reddit is like the closest thing to the dark web without being the dark web. I feel like you can get into some deep rabbit holes on Reddit.
Yes.
But like I don't even know how to access the dark web. I can only assume it's
I've just heard of it. It's almost like a myth at this point.
It kind of is a myth.
I know it exists.
There's this one point like we were doing some like computer. We had to do like a programming course for school.
Right.
And there's this one part we were like doing our opened up some weird tab and like had to do our own coding. We're like, holy shit! Like, is this the dark web?
We found it
here. yeah, we found it.
We stumbled across the dark
man.
web. Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of dark things, I want to know, what is the darkest pre you've ever had? And for those who don't know, like what a pre is, like the best way to go out to the bar, or like go to a party or something, is to pre, because then, especially the bar, you get your drinks, you have some drinks prior to, then you don't need to drink as much at the bar, and you're like a little more loose, like have a better time when you get there, anyways. But I was like telling Miggy before this, I had one on Friday, and it was a fairly dark pre, and it led me to think of like the other one that I had that was probably darker, or maybe like same page. So I'll explain both. So Friday night, going out with the boys to a patio and drive down to Markham, pick up one of the boys. We're waiting for one of the other lads to get ready. He's like eating and showering and stuff. So every time I stay at his house, I park my car across the street in the parking lot. Like it's literally, you walk out the front door and like the parking lot's right there. So I park my car there. While we're waiting for everybody to get ready, we just go and like sit in the soccer field right beside this parking lot, and we're just having a drink. So we take a bottle of Pink Whitney. We had half a bottle. We pass it back and forth until the bottle's done, and then just start both like crushing pints. We're literally just sitting in like a dark soccer field. We're on a hill overlooking a soccer field. No lights on or anything. Just the two of us crushing the Pink Whitney and then going through the beers that we brought. So I was like, okay, this was kind of dark. Like, yeah. Two lads sitting in a field, like drinking, like waiting to go to their buddy's house. The other one that I had, and this is like, it's dark, but it's one of those ones that is like, it's such a good story. Like all of us that were involved in it, we like saw each other like the next week at hockey again, and we're like, that was hilarious. Like that's legendary that we just did that. But basically we played an 11:45 game for hockey. We finished at 12:30. All of the boys shower at the arena. We put our bags in one person's car, and we wore our stuff that we were going to wear to the bar to the game, obviously, so that we were ready to go and have more time. Wheel out of there. Arena's like 10 minutes from our house. My housemate drops the two of us off that we're going out. We wheel inside this guy's house, and we're like, damn, we got to meet everybody at the bar. Like they're already there. Everyone's already in one. They're having a good time. It's like 12:45. There's 5 of us in the kitchen. Our buddy goes, don't worry, like I've got us. Don't worry about bringing booze. I've got the situation sorted out. Goes in the freezer, pulls out an unopened, freezing cold bottle of vodka, a 40 of vodka. The 5 of us are standing in the kitchen. I don't even think there was music playing. Like we're just standing there.
Come on.
No, seriously. No cups, no chase, no nothing. And just
no music, bro. Just silence.
Just silence. Just talking with the boys. Just passed around this 40 until the 40 was done. We probably crushed it in like 15 minutes and then headed to the bar. The 5 of us just
my God,
circling the bottle, like throwing it back. And we're like, we have to get this done and we have to get out of here because we have to get to the bar. And then the worst part about that is like you crush the bottle and you don't even realize like how much
it takes a while to catch up to you.
Yeah. So
And
you're in the bar, like it still hasn't even hit, and then out of nowhere you're like, whoa, like what?
Yeah.
Literally just
teleported.
Yeah. How did I get here? What is going on? And then just flying. But yeah, I think that was like one of the darkest that's probably the darkest pre I've ever had. Just us not even sitting either. Like I want to just like even clarify, we're standing in the kitchen. Lights in the kitchen are off. Front hallway light is on though. So it's even just dim and dark. Just standing in the kitchen, passing this bottle, like letting it circle around until it was done. And then
the no music, he just puts it over the top for me. Like not even a single. Yeah, okay.
It was
that is a dark pre.
Yeah.
I got one that's not as honestly not as legendary as that. I don't think, because that's like that's tough to beat. Like I don't think you'll ever have another pre in your life quite like that one.
No.
But the one I did just like. So I gotta set the setting here. So I got a little story to kind of like. I was going to a drinking team tryout. Let's just say that. So there's like this thing called the Winter Carnival at Laurier, and it's essentially just a week-long like booze fest. Okay. And there's like different teams and stuff, and you do like drinking games against one another, and like you guys meet up, and like different teams take turns hosting. Okay. It's like a week-long drinking event, and it's awesome.
That's wild.
So and like different.
Is it like all day every day, or is it like just at night or something?
It's all day every day on like the weekends, and then like it's like the first week back after winter break.
Okay.
So like sometimes there's classes and you'll like regroup at like the base house at like, I don't know, after classes are done, and then you'll meet there whenever, and people will just be hanging out there if they're not in class, or like it's a pretty wild time. So I was on a team called the Wonders, and like every team has like a different like shtick or a different like identifying feature. Like there's a team called the Gaelics, and they always had like their face paint on. The Wonders would always like take off their shirt, go tarps off at parties, women included. Like it was just like it was just wild. So I was on a tryout for the Gaelics. Yeah. And their tryout was basically they're like all the rookies had to chug a 2-liter bottle of Growers cider. If you're familiar with Growers cider, it's kind of shit. Yeah. But it's cheap. It's like $12.95 for 2 liters. So you gotta mess with the Growers in first year. Or honestly, I'm kind of sick of it by now. So before I went to this tryout, knowing that I'd have to chug a bottle of Growers, I had like a bottle of wine. It was like a 1.5 liter bottle. Not even like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I just decided it would be a smart idea to chug the thing by myself. Right. So I'm sitting there, it just literally like, it wasn't even a big pre, it wasn't even hectic. I was just sitting there with like the girl I was on my way to go to the party with. And we were in some like apartment basement, or like, I don't know where we were. We were in like a regular apartment, but it was like, downstairs to get to it. So it's like I was in an underground, just dingy place. I'm like, shit. So I'm sitting there, and for some reason I just tip it back. I'm just like, well, fuck, I'm in one. Like let's just go. Let's just go for it. See how far I can go. Chug the full bottle, and I'm like, again on the walk over to the party, it kicks in. I'm like, okay, well, I'm already pretty hammered, knowing that I'm literally gonna compete for a spot on the drinking team. So I get to the party and I do this Growers cider challenge, and I didn't realize like I had 2 other people on my team, but I was I was already hammered and I was a competitive dude, so I just wanted to get it done fast. And like people who know me know I'm a pretty fat, quick drinker. So like I literally took the Growers bottle and did like the water bottle thing where you go like squeeze it. And push it in. I could do that too, but I basically did that with a 2-liter bottle of Growers cider. I'm like squeezing it from the bottom, just launching this fucking awful tasting like shitty fruit wine down my gullet. Yeah. And I like out of the teams of 3, I single-handedly won the chugging competition. like people were literally passing it around in their group. I just took it to the dome on my own. I'm like, I just want it, feeling like the man. Get up, instant yak, like just down for the count after that. Like I woke up the next morning with like scratches on my face. Like I woke up to a text message from some dude basically like, yeah, man, like it's okay. Like I know sometimes life's hard. I'm like, Jesus, what happened?
What happened?
Yeah, dude, I messaged the guy. I'm like, man, I am so sorry, but I don't recall any of that.
Yeah, what? Yeah, don't. Like,
but it all started at the pre, man. yeah. Like I just don't want to know at this point.
Yeah. Wow.
But shit, honestly, that's one of the darker pre's I've had, and it definitely had I been more responsible at the pre, I probably would have lived to remember what I told the guy. Man.
Hey, sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. It's just the way she goes.
Yeah.
It's the way of the road.
Buddy, you can say that again.
It's the way of the road.
Never again. No, never again. I've looked back at that night. Definitely easily the most drunk I've ever been in my life. Easily.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it's just not a good look.
Yeah.
And honestly, I gotta add to this. It had that night had ruined that night actually did ruin relationships. So.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, relationships were ruined on that fateful evening. But yeah.
One dark what
hey, if it doesn't
evening.
Yeah, bro, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. That's what they say, right?
It's all a learning experience. That's all it is, buddy. Don't even worry about it. Came back stronger.
Water off a duck's back. Water off the duck's back.
Wild. Well, those are some good stories. The darkest prees. Honestly, those are so funny. Like, even after we told the stories last week of what's like our best blackout stories, like so many people were like, "Oh, that stuff was hilarious!" Like you guys telling those stories of just the stuff.
Dude, I feel like man, everybody can relate. Like everybody's had
100%.
a night you go too far, and like as long as you don't do anything illegal and nobody gets hurt,
yeah, it's fine.
You're good.
No
harm, no foul. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's all good. All right, I saw this on Twitter. I think it might have been yesterday. And I'm like kind of stealing it a little bit, but it was more of just about like, why is this something that's like naturally accepted in the world? And I was like, I never even thought about that. But the more I read it and the more I thought, like the more thought I put into it, and the more I like could not comprehend why this is something we do. Why do we build houses for birds? Like, we don't build houses for any other animals other than like dogs. Right?
Dogs.
But like,
yeah.
but like even dog houses, I feel like aren't as common anymore. Like people just let the dog stay inside, right? Like you don't like build the dog house to have it stay out there. That's like more of an older thing that was done. Like the dog just stays inside now. But we still build houses for birds. Why do we build houses for birds? Like the bird bath, I kind of get because they're like, I don't know, like they like the water or whatever, like can come by, but like you just put like a bowl of water out on a stick and it sits in your garden and they come by and like have some water, have a bath, and then head out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but, I got a bird bath in my backyard.
Yeah, we got one too here. But I feel like the bird house is just a different concept than the bird bath.
It is, man. I think people just like birds for some reason. Like I know a lot of friends. I have some friends. I actually know more people. Actually, that's a lie. I know a decent amount of people who have told me that their biggest fear are birds. I know people who are genuinely scared of birds. Yes, birds are kind of like I can kind of see where they're coming from though, because they're kind of like weird looking things, and like I was like
those like beady little eyes.
Yeah, they're beady little eyes, and the small ones especially that like get inside like hockey arenas or like in little like underpasses and just flutter around really quickly. Like they're kind of scary, man. Yeah. If you're close to them and they're fluttering, like no different than bats, really.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, like I gotta build houses for these things. Like we don't build houses for like chipmunks and squirrels and stuff. You don't build houses for rabbits.
Yeah, because I think that the draw with birds is that like raccoons and squirrels come and like cause damage, whereas birds like eat insects and like take care of stuff. I think I could be wrong. I don't know.
Interesting. Fair. Oh, okay, yo. One of my friends told me about this, and I felt like the biggest fool after. Last week we talked about West Nile.
Yeah, in Markham.
Yes, and we were like, or I don't know, maybe you knew and like I was just being an idiot, but I didn't understand how they were testing all the mosquitoes, right? Like I didn't understand like how are they getting these results? So apparently there's just like a box that attracts the mosquitoes to it in like forests and stuff. And then and then the mosquitoes like go in there and I don't know what they do in these boxes, but basically the mosquitoes get sampled.
While they're in there.
Yeah, like in the box. So they're like samples or DNA or something. I still haven't like looked into it, which I probably should because I'm probably sounding like even more of an idiot now. And maybe this person was just like fucking with me and it's not even true at all. And now I sound even dumber. But that's what they explained to me. They were like, you're so dumb. Like they're not capturing each individual mosquito.
Yeah. Quick, get the net. Yeah, man. That's
apparently nuts. They just like there's a box and the thing gets like sampled and then they go through the box and like test it. So that's how they knew one of the mosquitoes had West Nile.
Okay, well, it's still terrifying, regardless of how they do
no,
it.
it's still terrifying. I just like they told me that
But
that's how they test these things. They're like, wow, like
pretty crazy that technology. They can like test them while they're in the box, man. I was just to, like completely off topic of the West Nile mosquitoes, and more along the lines of how crazy technology is. So, oh my god, okay, I got a story that it all ties together. Trust me, just go along for the ride here.
Okay, what a journey.
So, I'm going to tell a story about the time I witnessed animal abuse literally last week. I don't know if I showed you the videos. I can send you the videos after we're done here. I can maybe post them on Instagram. Okay. I think we should. Okay. I think we should. But basically, I was like working from home, right where I'm at right now. I was working from home, and I look up, and there's like mother and like her daughter, and I think they're renting the house across the street from me.
Okay.
And they had a cat, a white cat, and a kitten tied around their necks, like I guess like leashes, but they were like string. It was string. It wasn't like an actual collar.
Okay. So
they were just tied them up with string, and then they tied the ends of the string to like the bushes, and they were running around, and this young girl was like hitting the cat and like dragging it along with the string by its throat, and the cat wasn't moving; it was just dragging it along, and the mom was like picking up the kitten and like throwing it into the bushes while it just over and over it would crawl out. She'd throw it back into the bushes. And this girl was kicking the cat, and it was a gong show. It was a gong show. My dad's downstairs yelling at me. He's like, "Are you seeing?" I filmed it. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I'm watching all this happen. I'm like, she's picking up the cat and throwing it, just chucking the thing. And I'm like, holy shit, this is unwell. So I go like and like contact animal. I tell my mom and show them the videos. Like she contacts animal welfare.
Okay.
She gets animal welfare involved, and the guy goes like, okay, like yeah, like we'll have somebody over there. And keep in mind, they went back inside after all this, and the cat was still tied up by the throat, hanging by the bush, like after they had gone inside. I could hear it meowing from my bedroom upstairs.
Okay.
It was clearly in distress. But
yeah.
I get in contact with the guy. He goes, "Yeah, send me an email of the videos." So I go on my iPhone, and I send an email attachment with four little clips that I had gotten of this girl and her mom. Like I don't even know if it was who knows what the relationship was, but
right.
I sent the video, and the file was too big to send. So I had to send like each video, and they were only like 10-second videos, but I had to send each video in a separate email so it could fit.
Okay.
But I was thinking to myself, like, one, animal abuse isn't cool, don't do it. But two, I'm like, in 2020, like I can't send 4 10-second videos to an email address. It's probably like down the street in Markham.
Yeah.
But I could probably send the same 4 videos at the same time to somebody in China over Snapchat in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, what's the deal with that, man?
Yeah, seriously.
Crazy. Just food for thought, man. Technology these days, you can like test mosquitoes for West Nile out of a box. You can send messages around the world instantaneously, but you can't send an email with 4 video attachments to somebody in my hometown.
So what's the update on like what happened? What like they showed up at the house?
Okay. So the update is my parents went up to the cottage midweek. I think they left the day after all this had taken place, and I've seen a guy come by. I don't know, probably like 2 or 3 times. Probably like 2 or 3 times since. I don't know if I haven't seen any animals like leave. I haven't seen them take anything, but they've definitely been by to monitor the situation. And I'll keep an eye out. I got my eyes peeled from the sky. I'm right across the street, so I'll let you guys know. Update. Yeah, for sure, man. But I texted it to my buddies in the group chat. And they were like, my buddy lives in Burlington, and he's like, I gotta call it. What's the number for animals to like control out there? He was like sick to his stomach watching this shit.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to get involved. I'm like, he's like, what's your address or what's their address? I'm like, man, like I appreciate the hustle.
I've already
sick, but like I've taken care of it, and man, like you're in Burlington. Like I don't know how much you can do.
Yeah, fair.
That's crazy, dude. It was nuts. I'll send you the videos after this because it's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to keep us updated on that and like let us know what the situation is.
I'm praying. I'm praying for the day that I can just like they take the cat and I'll stop him like all the time and take the kitten up to school with me.
Yeah.
Take this kitten up to school with me to Waterloo and have a little junkyard cat running around my backyard.
Yeah. Well, okay. On the topic of updates and like keeping things updated.
I've
gotta ask you. A couple episodes ago, we said that by December, what was it, 15th?
15th, December 15th.
You were going to be able to play the chain.
Yeah.
How's that coming?
To be honest, man, I haven't started. I haven't started learning the chain. I honestly haven't played my guitar too much recently. Okay. But when I get back to school, it's all engines a go. All engines go. I'll start practicing some more, but I have that much faith in my ability that I can procrastinate just a little bit longer before I begin learning.
Do you operate under better under pressure? Like you got that time crunch
coming.
Oh God, like, December 15th. Like no,
dude, God no. I procrastinate to a fault, but it doesn't even. I don't perform better under pressure. It's honestly probably worse, but I think I can get this done. I think I can get this done.
Okay, well, but you're gonna have to.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna have to come up to the loo. So I have a new student house next year, and it's all I can talk about with all my buddies and roommates next year. I'm living with my buddy Reed McInnes. You know Reeder.
Yeah.
Went to high school together.
Legend.
Absolute stallion of a guy.
Yeah.
And some other buddies from school. And our house next year is elite. So excited, man. It's a 5-bedroom, like 2 kitchens, like 2 massive, vast bedrooms in the basement. And the biggest thing we're looking forward to, big backyard. We got the little patio, the outdoor lights, big patio table. We're getting a little kiddie. Reed's got an inflatable pool we're going to bring out there. Oh. We're just going to have an actual sanctuary in our backyard. Maybe make it a Japanese Zen garden. I don't know. But what Philly and I were talking about is, depending on how things go, we're in works with a certain partner, potentially, if all things go according to plan, and we're going to have a Lads and Lawnchairs collaboration party.
Yeah.
At my new address in Waterloo, Ontario.
Also dependent on how things
and
coronavirus.
Yes. But that's the plan. It's in the works. Is the Lads and Lawnchairs Ladapalooza?
Yes, Ladapalooza.
Ladapalooza. We talked about it in when we are in I guess season 1 of Lads and Lawnchairs when we started 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to do it for real this time.
Yeah, I'm down. That would be such a good time. Hopefully this coronavirus stuff starts to clear up. We're allowed gatherings of 50 now, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what it's like in Waterloo.
Waterloo's a lot looser, I think. I think it's a lot more further advanced.
Okay. So yeah, we'll figure that out, but yeah. Pretty cool. Big things are coming.
Big things. We got our Laurier event coming up on September 1st.
Yes. We're getting close. I'm so pumped for it too.
I know, man.
Just the fact that we got hired by a university of all things.
Come on, an accredited Canadian institution. We are so thankful. Holy crap.
What a time. But we're getting close to the end of the episode here, McGee. Things are winding down. I've had some good talks. I want to hand out our Lad of the Week. This one's less personal. We don't know this person, and we don't know this person personally.
We wish we did, though.
Lots of personal there. This person, I would have to say, is a legend. Forever. They and I'll explain after we announce who the person is here. But they will go down next to someone else as 2 of the biggest legends in Toronto sports history. And I think that these 2 people will be looked at for the rest of their times in Toronto and the rest of their careers as people who could never do anything wrong. They can never, they're those people you look at and you're like, it doesn't even matter what they do tomorrow or next year or 5 years from now, because they will be legends in this city for the rest of our lives. This person in particular has built up such a resume surrounding them for the things that they've done and for what they're known for. It's so cool that this person is Toronto's own. The way they handle the media, the way they speak to the way they speak, their conferences, even just them appearing on radio shows, and their sense of humor and how open and honest they are with everything. They became a meme god last year during the season. They're a rock star. They've been up on stage with the what are they called? They're the Toronto band. Damn, I'm blanking right now. The guy's name is Max. Oh, the Arkells.
The Arkells. Yeah. I remember that.
This guy's performed with the Arkells, and this legend of a human being brought Toronto its first NBA championship ever. The first championship this city has seen in a long, long time. And 2 days ago, they were announced as the NBA's Coach of the Year. Our Lad of the Week is Nick Nurse. I think it's so deserving. I love the Raptors. I love Toronto sports. I've been a just so involved and watching all this stuff, how it's gone down, following all the ups and downs, watching the team be one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, going to the playoffs, getting swept, go to the playoffs, get swept. And then they fire the coach of the year. Coach of the year, Dwayne Casey. They hire Nick Nurse, and he becomes the coach of the year. He wins a championship and becomes the coach of the year. They win a championship. They lose their quote-unquote best player. They still are front runners to win the NBA title again this year, the Larry O.B., and he wins coach of the year. Like, legend in Toronto. And the other person that I was saying that will go down as like can never do anything wrong, I think, is Masai. I think Masai is a god in this city. Like, people will be bowing down to that man for like hundreds of years to come. Like, he's just such a legend for the construction of this team, how much he loves Canada, how much he loves Toronto. Like, even just like both guys are so charismatic and like likable people. It's so cool that they're Toronto's own, you know?
And just to touch on the Masai, just how big of a legend he is. Even now that the video came out of the security guard not letting him on the court, just how he handled that. And did you read what he had released? Like, just like, incredibly well written.
Yeah.
What a man.
Yeah.
Like, just
legends, man.
Absolute stallion of a guy.
Yeah.
Masai and Nick Nurse, but congrats to Nick for being our episode 46 lads of the week, man. Congrats, Nick. We're gonna tag him.
Yeah,
Probably season. No, what a nice surprise. This is almost better than the Coach of the Year award.
Yeah, he's like, wow, Coach of the Year? No. Lad of the week. Thanks, boys.
Yeah.
He's in the bubble, like, showing the team. These guys made me Lad of the week.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Well, I went to a Jays game before we wrap up. Quick little story. I went to a Jays game a couple years ago with some buddies.
Yeah.
And we see Jakob Poeltl and Pascal Siakam there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They're just walking around the little concourse. So me and my buddies, we walk up to him. I think Hudson might have been there. I think he was. So we go up and we're like, and Tyson Gilmore too. And we walk up and we're like, I just got sent the memory the other day. And we're like, yeah, can we get a picture with you? And like, we get a picture, all of us. Like, Siakam just steps out of the picture. Because, like, no one really knew who he was at that point. Like, he was kind of like, I don't know, but Poeltl was like the bigger deal at the time.
Really?
So Siakam wasn't even in the picture, man. So I have this stupid fucking picture with me and Jakob Poeltl. Yeah, come on. What am I thinking? And Siakam
just standing on the side.
Standing on the side. It's like, what the hell, man?
Wow.
So be better myself, I guess.
Yeah. We've had to be better over the last couple of weeks.
I know, but I saw the memory. Like, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
God damn.
You're like looking at this guy like, who are you? We want a picture.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Fuck.
Oops.
Well, I guess that on that terrible note, let's call the episode here before I blow a blood vessel talking about it some more. Holy crap! Yeah, the things that could have been.
Yeah. Well, it's the way she goes, man. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. It's just the way she goes.
Cheers.
It's the way of the road.
Holy shit. Well, that just about does it for episode 46. You guys hope you enjoyed the ride.
The Roman
Plenty big things to come. Yeah.
No. Big things.
Any last words, Philly?
No, just what a time it's been. Always good to catch up with you, McGee. Hear what's been going on with your week, with your weekends, your time out in Laurier. I can't wait for you to go back to school, just because, like, I feel like the stories that are going to come out of it.
I'm sure there'll be some good ones, man.
Yeah. So it's going to be a time.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the things coming. Had a blast.
As always. Of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, lads and ladettes, you know the drill. Catch us. I'll catch next episode. Same time, same place, same lawn chairs. Cheers, lads and ladettes.
Cheers.